This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions.
As a small business owner, you're always running to a meeting, running errands, running out of time. Now, one thing you don't have to worry about is running payroll. Meet Roll by ADP, a first-of-its-kind chat-based payroll app that's powered by AI. Roll is the faster, easier, smarter payroll app. So don't overthink it and say hello to a whole new way to payroll. Download the Roll by ADP app today or go to getroll.com/chat. That's GETROLL.com/CHAT.
I just wanted to let you know before we start the podcast that I am doing an online podcast course, how to be able to create, get your guests, scale it and monetize it. So please do go to abmpodcastcourse.co.uk and go into the contact us bit. I'm looking for new people to be able to be a podcast creator and really to be able to develop their skills and knowledge into a podcast. So as I said, go to abmpodcastcourse.co.uk and sign up. Thanks. This is the Absolute Business Mindset Podcast. This is a quick podcast that will give you insight into business. I will share my thoughts, ideas from content leaders and experiences from my life. And I hope you'll have a few aha moments on this journey. Today I want to talk about entrepreneurs' biggest mistakes. So as an entrepreneur, you're bound to make mistakes. It is part of the course. And I'm going to talk to you today about the biggest mistakes that I think entrepreneurs make. Number one is they start a business that isn't needed. So you need to do your research and understand that there's a requirement for your business. If you don't, then you're going to fail. And this is why it's one of the biggest mistakes, because people think that it's already there or it isn't there and it needs to be done, and they go gung-ho forward in it without actually understanding whether there's a need for it. Number two is they failed to do their market research. Linked to this one about starting a business that isn't needed, you'll fail to do the market research, to understand the market that you're trying to enter into, and you're not doing the basic requirements to understand whether this business is required. Number three is lose objectivity with your product. So you fall in love with your product and you don't understand whether there's a requirement for it. It's one of those easy things to do when you are completely in and not being able to zoom out and see the whole picture. Number four, sadly, you don't have enough money to be able to run a business. There are always going to be costs and expenses that you are not expecting. And you do need a bit of money, whether you're in property, in the stock market, whether you're starting a product or service. You need a little bit of money behind you to be able to keep it afloat. Now, don't get me wrong, there are lots of businesses in these days which you're able to do for virtually no money, and that is true. But once you leave your job and you really start, it would be helpful to have a buffer just in case the worst happens. Number five is they failed to create a business plan. There is a one-page business plan which I have access to, which I can send to you if you reach out to me about creating this business plan. And you need to think about the different levels of the business plan, and if you don't do that, you are going to fail, and it's going to be one of your biggest mistakes. Number six is they don't invest in marketing. Marketing is your bread and butter when it comes to getting people interested and getting people excited about your product or service. So you do need to invest in marketing. The next one is number 7, which is they don't prioritize sales enough. So sales is so important. If marketing's your bread and butter, then sales is the key for you to be able to keep afloat and keep going as a business. You need to be able to make sales, whether it's you going out and selling or whether employing salespeople to do it for you. You need to be able to get sales to be able to keep your revenue in and money in rather than money going out. Next one is they try and do everything themselves. They think they can do everything. They think they are the best person because it's their business to be able to do everything. Well, you got to understand that sometimes you're not very good at something. Sometimes you might overthink something. And being able to have that support is important, to have other people around you, whether it's a PA, VA, whether it's an admin, whether it's sales, whether it's maybe content marketing, editing if you're doing videos. So you do need to think about employing other people, getting people other involved. The next thing is they create a website and people can't find you. So they don't think about making SEO. They don't think about ads. They just create a website and expect everyone to come to it. But there's no link there. There's no way of being able to get your message out to people just by creating a website. You have to create an interest, whether you advertise on social media, whether it's Facebook or organic, or whether it's Facebook ads or LinkedIn and LinkedIn ads. But they sometimes just create a website and expect people to come to it. And the last thing is they don't have the right support to mitigate their limitations. So everyone needs a coach or a mentor. Everyone needs to have that influence over them to be able to keep them accountable, keep them making the right choices and the right decisions. So it's really important that you have support to keep you on the right path. Right, so they were my 10 entrepreneurs' biggest mistakes. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.